It's either the top or not the top, I guess.
It's definitely the top.
For what, though?
Everything.
Maybe. Except for Bitcoin? Or top 13?
Yeah, I don't know. I fucking hate everything. I don't even want to be here. Hello and welcome to REKT Podcast. I am Bunchu alongside my esteemed colleague and co-host Chamber. Chamber, how you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good, man. We are coming to that wonderful time of February. My week-long birthday celebration has commenced, henceforth, with the first baking of the cake, which occurred last night. So I've been just eating cake.
Wait, so we got a multiple cake situation going on?
Yeah. We do a pre-cake to get like the cake, the the cake addiction fed quickly, and it's usually a box cake of some sort, like nothing too spectacular, but it's kind of like a amuse-bouche cake, if you will, something to ramp up the appetite. And then after we do the show today, I'm actually going to take a drive out. About an hour away from my house to a little town called Stratford, Ontario, home place of Justin Bieber, among other Canadian legends. And there's a little bakery there I like to go to, and they have literally the best food in the world. They make the best cake, so I'm going to drive there, buy my own birthday cake, and bring it home with me later this afternoon. So, yeah, had a nice big piece of cake for breakfast this morning, had some cake last night. It's going to be cake for a few days, I'm going to say.
I never knew that you were such a cake dude.
But there's something about a good cake. The right icing, the right density of the cake itself. What you're going to drink it with. Usually a coffee or something. But it's there's a lot of things going into it. Normally I'll get the cake I'm going to get today will be a fancier cake, so it won't be just like a straight chocolate or straight vanilla. I think last year I got the peanut butter jam cake, which was get out of town amazing. This year is a chocolate peanut butter cake, so we'll see. I'll report back.
Wow, I just had no idea that I knew it was your birthday coming up. I knew kind of what day your birthday was. I did not realize that it was just a week-long cake fest.
I know. It's ridiculous-sized pieces of cake, too. So, we'll get a full cake, and I'll have that done in, 3 days, probably, 4 days.
Wow. Okay.
My wife, she participates in the cake celebration as well. So we usually rip a couple of bongs and get into eating some cake, and it's a good time.
Never knew.
Maybe some hand stuff afterwards, but
Got it. Okay, I see. Nice. So that's where we're at. I want pictures of the cake. I want a real-time status update about how good the cake is. We need all of that stuff.
All right, well, it'll happen. It'll happen. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm excited. I'll document the trip up as well. Might get into some bad weather conditions. It's all back roads there. But and if anybody is, by the way, if anybody is listening and knows Stratford and maybe goes to Stratford, I should drop the name of the bakery. It is Brenda's Bakery. Highly recommend. So if you're in the Stratford area, go in there. Don't tell her Chamber sent you because she doesn't know my fake name. She knows me by my Christian name.
Does she actually?
100%. Yeah, no. I'm very popular there.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, do you go here more than once a year?
Oh yeah, all the birthday cakes for the entire family are there. They also have you guys, I don't know if you guys have them in the U.S., but in Canada, we're really big on butter tarts, which are small little, almost like little pies that have like a sugar filling. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but they're fucking delicious. Usually like a mini pecan pie, essentially.
Interesting. So
with or without the pecans.
Oh, pecan pie hold the pecans?
Yeah, no, exactly. Just like the deliciousness of the pecan pie without the pecans.
I see. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know how to top cake talk to start. I think I can transition into pancake swap. Did you buy any cake?
That's a pretty good transition.
Did you buy any cake today?
Bro, I FOMO'd so hard today. So
did you cake your pants?
I did cake my pants. It's a batter of uncooked cake down there right now.
Wow.
It was it was an insane morning. So we were talking before the show. You weren't necessarily on Twitter all that much this morning, but a lot has happened. I
wasn't on Twitter at all, and you came on, and you're like, oh, did you see these 14 things that happened this morning? And I'm like, no, I did not.
So the day started off with kind of that general BNB pump atmosphere that's been going on. Everybody excited about Binance and the price of their token. And then there was always the underlining talk of the Binance smart chain, basically like a so-called DEX. I don't know how decentralized it actually is, but a DEX, we'll call it for the sake of argument, that had significantly less fees. Obviously, if you've been trading on, Uniswap or SushiSwap, the fees have been, we've talked about that ad nauseum, have been, $60, $80, $100, $120 at times. If you're farming or staking anything, getting things on and off is very expensive as well. So they had there's this been talk of, Binance Smart Chain where the fees were, pennies as opposed to hundreds of dollars. So that kind of started this morning, and there was a new all-time high.
This is exactly what we were talking about on the show.
The other day. Right.
And why BSC might be attractive to people.
Exactly. Specifically for the people that are looking to spend maybe a little less on an individual trade and save those transaction fees. So everybody's kind of doing their chicken dance, if you will, a la Arrested Development this morning. The people that have You get it. So everybody's kind of doing their dance this morning, and CZ tweets out something along the lines of basically like, hey, I think that's what it was. It was the Binance Smart Chain platform, or Pancake Swap, had flipped like Uniswap or something like that. So in total volume. And CZ was taking kind of a strut this morning, and all of a sudden
he was strutting his stuff. What did he do?
Well, what he did is he made a power Chad move, and in the face of what was happening with Ethereum, puts out a tweet, or Binance puts out a tweet saying they are temporarily shutting down withdrawals of Ethereum until the network congestion settles down. Where in fact the network congestion has been down significantly over the past few days, and there's really no reason for Binance to shut down Ethereum because the network isn't as congested as it was even last week. You know what I mean? So it's like a FUD move that they do to promote the BSC a little bit more.
Wow.
Okay. And this is also kind of going alongside with FTX, because FTX is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be interoperable with BSC, but they're kind of paired up together against Ethereum, we'll say. Even though that may not be the exact case, but that's kind of how it was portrayed this morning. It's kind of FTX and BNB are over here, and Ethereum is, everybody's down on Ethereum because their bags are fucked and fees are still through the roof, and FTX and BNB are just mooning, right? And Ethereum price is doing kind of nothing, slowly creeping up, but that's because of its correlation with Bitcoin. But it's not gaining any traction on the Bitcoin pair. It's just on the USD pair. And then all of a sudden, FTX and Binance go down because Amazon Web Services went down, and people are thinking that it's Vitalik using his to just straight up shut down their websites. So it's been pretty crazy. I am seeing all this. I'm seeing all the chicken dancing. I'm seeing all the strutting. You got it. And I'm starting to think, I'm looking at mine.
Does anybody know what that's actually from, do you think?
Arrested Development, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know what it's from. I mean, we know what it's from, but, I mean, does anyone else?
Doesn't matter. The show's for us. But the three people that laugh, it'll be a good laugh for them. The smaller the gallery, the harder the laugh. I wish I could see you dancing right now.
I'm doing it.
I know you are. I know. I'm trying to envision it in my head. So, long story short, I started to FOMO hard. Like, I'm looking at my DeFi bags from Ethereum. I'm looking at the price of Ethereum. Kind of things are melting. Everybody's getting kind of scared. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, is it too late? I put out a tweet. Here, I'll give you a little time lapse of my morning. I think I screenshotted most of the tweets because I was going to put out a combined tweet later today. So at 8:11 a.m. this morning, Binance tweets out, this was a 2-hour tweet, so this was tweeted out around 6 a.m. Binance has temporarily suspended withdrawals of Ethereum and Ethereum-based tokens in order to address the congestion issue, which, like we discussed, there really isn't one. I retweeted that at 8 a.m. saying, is this the top for BNB and BSC? And then, shortly thereafter, at 9:25 a.m., how nervous are you to jump into BNB and BSC universe right now? I think FTT might be the better move. So,
well, didn't I say to you, I don't know, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, that we should be buying FTT?
I'm sure you did. I bought some this morning. And
I did. I think it was $19 when I said it. So let's see what. Oh my God, it's $32. God damn it! I said we should put REKT index funds there,
bro.
And you asked me if I had. You asked me if I had inside info, and I said no.
Bro, don't forget, you're the genius that came up with the YOP move.
Yeah.
Which we traded our BNB for. On the last episode, you were I think you were down a little bit on that we didn't keep our BNB bag, but you forget that that's the money we used to buy our YOP bag, which did significantly better than BNB.
Well, maybe not. YOP is $2.40. We bought it at around 90 cents, right? So they're actually probably even if we look, because we sold our BNB at like 112, and it's 312 now, so they've both 3x'd,
right?
Really.
And so, you could argue that YOP probably still has some legs in it, as opposed to
BNB. Well, I don't know. You never know what BNB at this point.
BNB's at number 3 right now, I think, on the
$48 billion market cap. Wow,
that's a lot.
So, by the way, I like when you just force my hand into trades via Twitter.
Yeah, that's well.
Hey, we're looking to sell half of our YOP bag. Oh, are we?
Well, you see, what I like to do is try to get Twitter engagement, so we get some bags, but nobody really participated and gave us any recommendations for purchases.
Somebody said cake.
Oh, somebody did say cake. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get to cake in a second because
I think it was Bitcoin Ninja. Somebody Ninja said cake.
So I actually bought some cake this morning, but it's not as easy.
Which cake?
Pancake cake, I think.
Real cake?
Well, both, I guess. I bought
yes, Bitcoin Ninja said to buy cake.
So shout out to Bitcoin Ninja.
Yes.
I bought some this morning, but it's not as easy. I mean, you might be able to go on Binance, buy BNB, and then trade it for Cake right on Binance. But the way I did it today is I wanted to use the Pancake swap. So I had to go market buy BNB at whatever the fucking price was. I then created a Binance chain wallet, kind of like a MetaMask essentially. I then I did a little test send to make sure I didn't fuck anything up, which worked. And then I sent the rest of it to the wallet. Then you connect to Pancake exchange or Pancake swap through it says you can connect through your MetaMask, but it wasn't connecting for me. So maybe I was doing something wrong there. But when I created a Binance chain wallet, no problem. Yeah. Binance chain wallet. I loaded it up with BNB, and now you can go on Pancake swap and trade whatever you want. So I bought a little, I basically broke it up into thirds. 1/3 was Cake, which is, I think, down a little bit right now. And then the other 2/3 of my bag, I actually bought egg, which apparently is a thing. And I'm so this is goosedefi.com. I'm currently farming my eggs on goosedefi.com.
What are we talking about?
That's what I'm saying. So for the REKT index, in order to just go drop out of a hat and pick up some Cake, you had to do some jumping through hoops. So I think for the REKT index, we want to be a little bit more, kind of a one switch kind of thing, because it was definitely a big issue. Not a big issue, but there was some steps involved into getting to that point.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's. I'll tell you what though, it's fucking cheap. Like you can move in and out of tokens very inexpensively. I think I probably made about 4 or 5 transactions today. I don't think I spent more than $1.50 maybe.
Really?
Yeah. So that makes a big difference. So we'll see. My instinct is we're going to have a big BSC weekend, and then that'll probably be the top. I'm hearing a lot of rug pulling. So very similarly to like September of DeFi of 2020, I feel like that's kind of where we're getting really, really close to. So when I'm doing this right now, I'm doing it with a small position. I'm fully aware that I could get rugged. Apparently there's lots of rugs happening on BSC right now. The same way it was happening a few months back. So just, I think, be careful. But I think, we might have a good weekend, but I don't know how much longer it'll, continue going forward.
So I'm having an issue here because I've watched my biggest bags. I've watched my biggest bags go down about 40% in the last week. And so what should I do?
Well, in there is, that's the tough question right there. Do we want to sell the bottom? Is it the bottom? Could it go down? It could go down another 40%. I was having some big questions. I was asking myself some big questions this morning, asking myself the same thing. I'm not sure. I almost sold the bottom on a couple. I made some good profits. I have taken out, there's a couple of, I want to say there's about 3 or 4 bags that I've taken out my initial investment, and it's just the profits that are now the bag. I think that's a good route to take. Then you're not as committed to the bag. You can hold Ethereum if you want to do that. You can move it into something else. But I think as long as your initial investment's out, then you can kind of let it fly. That's the approach I'm taking.
Interesting. Let's see. I don't know.
I don't know. It's tough. Like it's definitely scary out there. But I also feel like we're in a bull market, right? And I feel narratives change very quickly. Like we're having this conversation today. Next week we could be having a completely different conversation.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose all this money. My portfolio is
I don't disagree.
2x, 3x since I started.
Right.
And, it was up to 4, almost 5x. and now it's drawn much further back down. And I just don't. I mean, I don't know. What do you like?
So, are you looking at the USD value of your portfolio?
Yeah, which is kind of what I care about.
Right. So I'm as you kind of I talk a lot about Bitcoin value and that, but as the portfolio grows, you're like, okay, well, we should probably concentrate on USD. My portfolio is only down in the last 7 days about 10% USD. It's down, but it is down 18% BTC. So not great. But overall, like for the month, I'm up almost 40% BTC and almost 50%, and about 52% USD. So I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I think, I don't know. It feels toppy on BNB, and if that's the case, I don't know. I think Ethereum is still your guy. I think that's still a thing. I don't think it's going anywhere. We'll see. What do you think? What do you want to just do you want to just move everything back into Bitcoin and just hold Bitcoin and then just wait for the market to tell you what to do?
Kind of, yeah.
That's not a bad idea. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're locking in your BTC value. That's
which is more than when I started, right?
Exactly, right? That's what you want. That's what I was thinking about today. I'm like, do I just put everything back into Bitcoin? I have more Bitcoin today than I did, 2 months ago. So let's lock that in and then wait for the market to tell me what to do. Because I think right now it is kind of like there's no defined path. You're trailblazing at this point.
So, I mean, the question we always have to ask ourselves is, what's Ledger doing?
I think he's having the same conversation we are. I missed. I wish I'd watched his stream with Kobe. I think it was last night or the night before. I'm sure there was some really intelligent bombs they were dropping on that between those two guys. But I think Kobe's a big ETH guy, and Ledger's an ETH guy. For the most part, I haven't heard either of them talking about Binance Smart Chain or anything like that. I don't know, but they're smart. I think Kobe is. I don't know how much he deals in shitcoins. I think he's more trading Ethereum and Bitcoin, and I think does pretty well at it. I think Ledger's going to be a bit more degen. But he's probably a guy that's probably, kind of just did what we were just discussing, is maybe he's kind of securing his, big market cap bags like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, and just saying, hey, okay, let's I'm up. Let's secure the bags and wait for the market to tell me what to do. That wouldn't shock me in the least if that's what Ledger was doing.
Interesting. I am.
And Ledger, if you're listening, just DM me if I was accurate.
Boy. So I'm not really sure what. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do here. So, part of me thinks I could, is alt season kind of? I don't know. Is it coming to an end? Everything I see is like, oh, we've got one more, crazy leg in us, and I just don't know what we're doing here.
I tend to lean on that side. I think there is one more crazy leg that happens, the last, the first.
But is it the ones
weeks.
Is it the ones that I'm?
That's
in,
what. Yeah, what exactly. I mean? Who knows? Who knows? Is it the ones that you're in? That's the scary part. But I don't know. So basically, what we're saying is we have no idea what to do. And if somebody could let us know what to do, that would be great.
Yeah, please let us know. Please let us know.
But I definitely take the approach of kind of like with the hash masks a couple of weeks ago. It's fun. Let's fucking do it. And that's what I'm doing today with Pancake swap. Fuck it. Let's have a little bit of fun. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. So I try to take a less. A little bit more, have fun with it at this point. Be reasonable. I'm not allocating 70% of my portfolio to fucking around, but you fuck around a little bit. It may work, it may not, but at least you can say, you participate.
Maybe it works, maybe not. Maybe I buy a hash mask. Who knows? You know.
I sold my hash mask.
Oh, you did?
Somebody offered me almost 2 Ethereum for it. I think it was a bot. And I'm like, back at 2 Ethereum. I spent 3 Ethereum. I'm gonna get 2 Ethereum right back. All right, let's do this. So,
I think you should have held it.
You can buy them on OpenSea.
Well, why would you want to buy another one? You just
I'm saying you could buy
the one you have.
You could buy one theoretically. I'm done.
I'm sure I could.
I'm done. I think I'm okay not being around hash mask because those are those things that will just, you're gonna have some NFTs that are gonna be collecting dust in your wallet 5 years from now. You know what I mean? And is that gonna be one of them? I don't know. Maybe not. But I saw an opportunity to only lose like 33%. I'm like, oh, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, I guess. I think you. I don't know. I'm personally diving down the entire NFT space. I'm getting in pretty heavy.
I'm with you. Like, you are pretty heavy, and I'm with you. I just don't necessarily think the hash mask may or may not be one of the good ones. Obviously, with like NBA Top Shot and that kind of thing, like that's obviously doing pretty good. But what else? Like, you getting into other ones too? Like,
yeah, like I'm totally into. So I got hooked because I bought back in, I don't know, June. I bought my first NFT, which was that Michael Jordan, 1 of 1 from Matt Caesar, who I'm not sure if you know. Matt Caesar is actually a professional baseball player. He's been on a World Series winning team. So he's a professional athlete doing art, which is kind of cool. And so I bought his first ever NFT, and I'm still sitting on that one. And then talking to our good friend Franklin Fitch, who's huge into the NFT space, he got me into a couple other things, and I was, messing around on Nifty Gateway. I bought a couple drops. Now, this is back in September. I think it was actually like the day I moved, or the day before I moved. So
sorry,
I bought
what was the website you were using? What's it called?
It's Nifty Gateway.
Okay, is that pretty popular?
Like NFT, Nifty.
Oh, so no I.
No, it's like spelling nifty, Nifty, but it's like a play on words.
Gotcha. I'm with you.
And so there's tons of artist drops and things like that on there. But I bought 2 that he was going to be in on, and I was like, all right, let's give this a shot. So I bought 2, and they were like kind of like pack drops, like we've been seeing with Top Shot. They were kind of more of like a collectible.
Yep.
And I bought them. I put them up for sale on the marketplace, and this was back when there was hardly any artists on there, and now there's probably 10, 15 times the amount of artists on there than when I bought it. And I just put them on the marketplace and kind of forgot about them. And in the past week, all of them sold. Everything sold. Really? And I was putting them up for pretty significant markup. So like things I was buying for $200, I was selling back for $800, $900, almost $1,000. And I just kind of set it and forget it. I forgot about it. And so now I'm like, all right, that was fun. Plus I'm getting into all the Top Shot stuff. So I'm like, all right, let's explore this space a little more, and see what we're doing here. So the other thing is, do you know who Gary Vee is?
Of course, yeah. Gary Vaynerchuk or Vander.
Yeah. So Gary V's out tweeting about NFTs now, and he was on MSNBC talking about NFTs, and like you're like, all right, well now this stuff's getting mainstream, and with Top Shot being like the mainstream piece of this, I think it's just going to trickle down into all this other stuff. So we're actually having one of the biggest NFT collectors, I think, in the space on with us next week to kind of talk about all.
Oh, for real?
All things NFT. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. Remember, I was like, you're like,
I knew. Yeah, I knew.
like,
you had mentioned he was a big NFT guy. I didn't realize, of what.
Oh yeah, he's like big into the community, and so he's gonna drop some knowledge bombs on you.
Ooh, I'm excited.
You're gonna be buying NFTs, so.
Buddy, I am easily convinced.
come with some questions that you have next week because, and I think we should put out any questions. Maybe put out a tweet as it gets closer about who has questions about NFTs. What do they want to know? Because, I could ask questions all day, but I want to know what people want to know. Because it's kind of a controversial thing with. Like, I get it, you get it from the provenance standpoint and digital assets. And, I mean, we're into that stuff. But, like,
right.
Even some people in crypto aren't believers in NFTs, right?
Yep.
So, like, I think we should do ourselves a favor and try to educate from somebody who's been in the space and doing this for, a couple years. And I think that I think it presents a pretty big opportunity going forward.
So I do have a question for you. Now, the NFTs that you're looking at, that you've been dabbling in, is this predominantly on Ethereum?
Yes. So, well,
or what are some of the other ones? I guess maybe.
Well, like Top Shot's on Flow.
Right.
Top Shot's on Flow. These were so the Nifty Gateway. I think is they're all Ethereum, and then there's a couple different ones, art blocks and things like that. So, but yeah, I would say primarily Ethereum, and I think that's one of the struggles people have now. Like, did you ever use Rarible? Like, people were minting stuff, and it was costing tons of money to mint and all that kind of stuff. So
I know of Rarible, but I don't think I've ever used it. But what surprises me is we don't see nearly as much happening. Or pardon me, I think there's a lot happening on Wax, but Wax protocol or Wax, the Wax token. I've used. I think we've both used them in the past. I thought they were pretty seamless. The fees are cheap. It's easy to mint stuff. The price of Wax has been going up pretty significantly. Let me just pull up the chart real quick.
Yeah, I have that in my little portfolio tracker. So Wax, you might be interested in this because actually I don't know how much time we have. We might have missed the deadline. But you could. There was new pack drops of Street Fighter NFTs. And
yeah, I saw that. I think it was on.
I think it was yesterday that they dropped, but I think you were able to buy them for 24 hours, I believe.
What I don't like about that, because I was going to get some, but it was just like, it was credit card only. So basically you're just dumping. Really? Yeah, which I don't like. I do like if I can use Wax to buy the NFT.
What's the marketplace? Wax marketplace.
I have it right here. One sec. It is Atomic Market. That's the one I use.
Is that where you buy?
Yeah, wax.atomic. Yeah, atomichub.io. But yeah, there's standard packs right now you can buy for $86. I think they were selling.
Is that what they cost?
That's what this one. This is under.
Is that the secondary market or is
that's the secondary market? Yeah.
Okay, I want to see.
Like the actual one.
Yeah, I thought they were still available. Maybe they're not. Maybe we missed it already.
It is streetfighter.cards. Buy now. Yeah, you can still buy them. So $9.99 for a standard pack, and $49.99 for an ultimate pack.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I see here.
It doesn't say how many are left, though.
Oh, 60 cards. Interesting. I have no idea. See, like, I don't have any idea about what these are gonna, like, what the game is. I kind of want to buy them. I'm
a big Street Fighter fan.
Yeah, you a big Chun-Li?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you saw... There was something floating around last night on Twitter. I don't know if it was a real article, but I think it was. I think it's from Jezebel. is like I think it's like a woman's magazine, like a, young feminist magazine. I don't want to say feminist in a negative way, but you know what I mean, like a feminist magazine. And I think the article is like, why is Chun-Li omitted from like the new Mortal Kombat? And there was like this big thing, and I'm like, I think this is real. Obviously, Chun-Li is from Street Fighter, so she has no place in the Mortal Kombat universe.
That's pretty funny. Actually.
But I thought that is good. So I don't know if that was real or not, but I laughed like it was real, and in my heart it is. So here we are.
Man, we were all over the place today.
Yeah, I thought there's lots of going on. I think omitting the news was good. Like, we basically talked about what was happening, more or less. But I thought, talking NFTs, talking about like what's happening with Binance Smart Chain, talking about what's happening with Ethereum, just the market in general. I thought we did a pretty good job of going over everything. And we actually I got a DM. I forgot to mention this to you. I got a DM yesterday. I won't say who it was because they DM'd me, and I don't know if maybe they don't want to know, or maybe they want their name shout out there, but it was a listener of the show, and they said that the episode that we had with I want to say Kevin, but that's not his name.
Kevin,
who's it wasn't. I have it here, one second.
Who is Kevin?
Drauken.
Oh man, that was way off. The
the letters are close.
You can't spell Drauken without Kevin. Yes, you can.
You absolutely can. But I had a DM saying that the episode we had with Drauken was one of the most informative episodes we've ever put out. And what I told him specifically, yeah. So I'll read you the comment verbatim.
That's very exciting because you didn't know much going into that episode. I kind of forced that one on you.
No, yeah, and I forgot to mention it to you yesterday. That's not showing it anymore. But basically said, it was one of the best episodes. And I said, he didn't laugh once, which means he's very smart and knows what he's talking about. Because I listened to that episode like twice. I'm like, the guy didn't laugh once, which meant he was...
Hey, you know what? You're just not that funny.
No, but listen. So I said, the more you laugh, the less you know. I said, my laugh tracks...
Oh, well, that checks out.
My laugh track speaks for itself. So I thought that was very nice, very good comment, and I wanted to let you know because yes, you're the one that found this guy and brought him to the show. So yeah, what very, very good feedback so far.
So Drauken and Trade Butler Bot were introduced to us by good friend of crypto Twitter and the show Crypto Dale. So shout out to them for putting us in touch. And did you try to set yours up yet or what?
So I'm gonna be honest. I was DMing with another one of our friends in our Telegram channel that had also purchased some. This is for traders. I was really hoping in my mind it was just like, here's the thing, just drop some Ethereum in it. It's going to do all the work for you. Just turn it on.
No.
You really got to trade.
Yeah, no. It's just a tool for your trading, right? Like,
right.
So now, on the other hand, Bullcoin, the one that we had on, that is what that is.
Right.
That's more of an automated drop some Bitcoin in and it's going to trade Bitcoin for you based on the algorithm.
That's what I'm looking for.
This is more a tool. Trade Butler Bot was more of a tool to facilitate your efficient trading on Uniswap or these other DEXs, right?
Yes.
To prevent yourself from price slippage and failed transactions and all of that kind of stuff. So,
and for the way I trade, it's just, I'm like, I don't feel like trading necessarily that much. So what I'm going to do is, because of the market cap on it, I mean, it's dirt cheap. I'm just going to hang on to these things and and wait for the price to go up. Ideally,
sweet. I mean, there's only 2,000, so
right.
There's a good chance it might. Cool. What else do we want to touch on before we get out of here? Anything?
Oh,
look at us! Look at us doing 2 shows this week
in like less than like 36 hours. I feel.
Yeah.
Check out. I keep putting. Bunch came out with a great idea for a T-shirt yesterday. I put it out on our TeePublic page. The more I review our TeePublic page, the fucking sicker.
Oh yeah, that was a great T-shirt. So we were making fun of NBA Top Shot. So as much as it's like you make fun of your little brother or something,
right? You love
because as much as I love it, there are growing pains that are happening, which they just can't handle all the volume in the marketplace and on the website and all of the above. And so what's been happening is they've been going down for maintenance always.
Yeah, more or less always.
I'd say always is a good term. And so they put up their little down for maintenance little screenshot, and we were joking about it in the Telegram, and I said, oh, that's a good T-shirt. So somebody bought it, I think.
We sold 2 of them.
We did?
Yeah. So,
well, it's funny. I don't know if they were from the Telegram or what, but I dropped them in a couple Top Shot chats that I was in because I thought they were funny, and so maybe somebody from one of the Top Shot
I just tagged it. I commented it in a Top Shot post from this morning. It was like 5 minutes old. I'm like, perfect. I'm gonna drop this in right here. So yeah, it's
that's amazing.
I think it's pretty good. But our merch store is fire. Like, it has the best. Like, there's nobody even close to the product we have.
Too bad nobody's buying anything.
Nobody buys it. Yeah, nobody buys it. It's a fucking shame. But if you're listening and just go look at it. Do me a favor, just look at it. Tell me it's not great. You don't have to buy anything. Just compliment me on Twitter. That's all I'm looking for, really. Go to our web. Go to REKTpodcast.com. Just go to click on merch, and it'll take you right there. It's fucking dope. Check it out. That's all I have to say.
Word. I don't think we have much else. Do you?
No, I don't think so. You're welcome for your second episode.
I want to discuss this live on the show because I've been thinking more about this lately. Should we be doing 2 shows a week these days? With everything that's going on, should we be doing regularly 2 shows a week?
I'm glad you're bringing this up because as a new father, I never ever want to put any additional pressure on you. I'm trying to take. What I want to do is alleviate any sort of additional outward pressure from my end about the show because you got shit to focus on. If you're good for 1 a week, if you told me today, you know what, I can only do 2 a month, I would be very supportive of that. So if you can do 1 a week, that's great. I have literally nothing to do. I can do 2 a week. I can do 5 a week. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're comfortable with, I am pretty good to go. The only really time I can't record is kind of like around 9 o'clock in the morning when I'm bringing my kid to school. But besides that, I'm pretty open.
Well, yeah, mornings have gotten tougher for me because I used to just pop out of bed, and now I'm doing all the fatherly duties in the morning. But so I should be able to do 2 a week. Well, we could squeeze them in, but I think that I think we should try to do, like, with all the bull market stuff going on, it's like we just I missed a whole day and I feel like I missed a week. You know what I mean?
I do like and I don't know what's better. Is a solo show good earlier in the week and we can talk about what happened over the weekend, or like today we're doing a Friday show, like we're recapping the events of the week, like that's pretty good too. So I don't know what works best because this was a good show today and I feel like we were able to recap the week in general, at least the overall themes of the week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know me, I like just shooting the shit too. So
yeah,
for sure. So, All right, I think that's going to do it for us. Let's try to do 2 shows a week going forward.
I'm involved. I'm 100% committed. You let me know what works for you.
But let's try to do a couple shows a week nowadays. I think, if we're not, we're just falling behind the rest of the crypto podcast world, and we just can't let that happen.
I agree.
Yeah. So,
should we try to steal Josh from Ledger, by the way?
Why you think he's feeling left out now that Ledger's doing
tell
shows
me,
with?
Tell me you wouldn't feel left out.
Now that Ledger's doing shows with everybody but Josh.
Yeah, I feel like if that was you and you were out gallivanting with all those shows, I would feel sad.
Well, I feel that way every once in a while when you're just dropping a surprise shitcoin talk on me, so I get it.
Well, for shitcoin talk, I'm usually the last call, so it happens on a Saturday afternoon with about 15 minutes notice, and I'm like, I'm sick of my family for today. Let's do some shitcoin talk.
And not anything against shitcoin talk, but asking me would be futile in that short of notice. I would just be like, nope.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Chambers not doing anything. So.
Isn't it? Do you like being that guy that's like, Chambers not doing anything, let's ask him? Or do you do you want people to be like, oh no, I'm not going to ask Chamber? Because
I feel like I'm still not at the level of popularity that I want to be, and the more opportunities I can get,
yeah. I'm not, but I don't put in nearly as much work into it,
Yeah, no, I really try to work hard at it, to no avail, unfortunately.
I think if I really put my popularity, if I really put my popularity pedal to the metal, I might outpace you.
100%. You're very likable. You're a likable person. I am.
I think you're very likable. You're charming.
Something
you're
like
very
that.
Charming. You're very charming. So listen, what day is today? Today's the 19th. So you're eating early cake. You're really indulging here.
I'm taking advantage of it.
Wow. Okay. So we've got Chambers' birthday coming up next week. Let's maybe we'll do a show for your birthday. I want a full cake recap, and then we have a show with our guest talking NFTs next week as well. Alrighty, that's gonna do it for us. Until next time, don't get wrecked, and that is financial advice.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. You can help support us by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and become a REKT patron by signing up for a monthly tier on patreon.com. That's patreon.com/REKT podcast. Don't get wrecked.